My name is Lily. I am 25 years old. I work as a maid in a big house. Every month, I take my salary and send it to the village. My father passed away 3 years ago. My mother is very sick and lives in the village. Without my money, she has no medicine. Without my work, my sister Rose has no school. I work for the Sterling family. They are very rich. The Sterlings trust me. They have a son named Marco. He is 30 years old. He is handsome, but his eyes are bored. He has everything, so he values nothing. He has a fiancée named Vivian. She is a beautiful woman from another rich family. When they stand together, they look like a picture in a magazine, but Marco looks at her like she is a piece of furniture. He is not interested in her heart. Marco was messy. He would drop his wet towels on the bathroom floor while I was scrubbing. He would walk across the wet floor with his muddy boots. "Lily, fix my collar," he would say. He stood too close. I could feel his breath on my neck. "Lily, my coffee is cold. Fix it," he would complain. He watched my hands shake as I took the cup. I told myself I hated him. He was spoiled. He was mean. But I noticed the way he looked at me when his mother wasn't watching. It was a look of hunger. It made me feel scared, but it also made me feel alive. One afternoon, I was cleaning Marco's bedroom. The sun was hot outside. I was tired. My back ached. I was kneeling on the floor, scrubbing the dark wood. Suddenly, I heard a sound. Marco was standing there. He wasn't wearing his suit jacket. His shirt was open at the neck. He looked wild. "It's a big house, Lily," he whispered. "Don't you get lonely in these empty rooms?" "I am working, Mr. Marco," I said. I kept my eyes on the floor. I didn't want him to see my face. He walked toward me. He sat on the edge of the bed. "My fiancée is coming for dinner tonight," he said. "She wants to talk about flowers and wedding cakes." "I don't want to talk about cakes, Lily. I want to talk about fire. Do you have fire in you?" He reached out and touched my hair. It was a small movement, but it felt like an explosion in my chest. I should have moved away. I should have thought about my sick mother and my sister. But for 1 second, I wanted to be more than a maid. I wanted to be a woman. I looked up at him, and for a moment, the world stopped. Then, one Thursday night, the mansion was silent. The Sterlings were asleep in their big wing of the house. I would be in my small bed trying to sleep. Then my phone would vibrate. "I am in the library. Come here now." I would walk through the dark hallways in the library. Marco would be drinking whiskey. He would talk for hours. He told me he felt like a prisoner. He told me he hated the money and the rules of his family. He would hold my hand. The closeness felt like a sin, but I couldn't pull away. "If they find out, Marco, I will lose everything, I told him one night. If they find out, he replied, I will finally be free. But I was starting to realize he was lying. He didn't want to be free. He wanted to play a dangerous game with a girl who had nothing. He liked the danger. Marco didn't treat me like a woman. He treated me like a thrill. He made me sneak into his father's office to find secrets. He made me lie to his mother. I was trapped. If I said no, the money stopped. If the money stopped, my mother died. I was a bird in a cage made of gold. 4 days later, everything changed. I was in my small room. The door opened without a knock. Marco was there. He was drunk. His eyes were red. Marco, you must leave, I whispered. Your father is in the next room. If he hears you, we are dead. He didn't listen. He grabbed my arm and pulled me close. He was shaking. I am tired of pretending, Lily. I don't want to marry Vivian. I don't want to be the good son anymore. I want to leave. Then he looked at me. His face changed. He looked like a stranger. He wanted me to do something very bad. The safe in my father's office, he whispered. It is full of cash, thousands of dollars. I want you to take it. I want you to steal it tonight. We can blame a thief. We can say someone broke into the house. Then we take the money and we leave the city forever. Just you and me. We can go to a place where no one knows us. I looked at him in horror. You want me to steal from your parents? The people who trust me? They have too much, he shouted. They won't even miss it. But for us, it is freedom. Do it for me, Lily. If you love me, you will do this. I realized then that Marco didn't love me. He was using me. If I stole the money, he would be free, but I would be a criminal. If we got caught, he would say I forced him. He was a sterling. I was just Lily. He had a name. I had nothing. I can't, I whispered. I won't do it. His face changed. The handsome boy was gone. A monster took his place. He gripped my arm harder. If you don't do it, I will tell my mother that you have been coming to my room at night. I will tell them you tried to trick me. You will be fired. Your mother will have no medicine. Your sister will be on the street. Choose, Lily. Be a thief or be a beggar. I looked at him. This man was a selfish, rich guy who only wanted to use me. I thought about it, and with helplessness, I walked to his father's office. My hand touched the cold handle of the door. I knew that if I entered that room, my life as an honest girl was over. I did it. I emptied the safe. I dropped the stack of cash on his bed. He didn't thank me. He just smiled. A cold, terrifying smile that told me I no longer belonged to myself. From that night on, I was no longer a maid. I was his puppet. Because I am poor and he is a man of shadow and blood, I had to accept my fate. He decided when I slept, He decided what I wore. He decided who I spoke to. He was the master of my misery, and I was just a girl who chose to survive in his darkness.